All right,
Go.
let's get into it. We already started to talk about it. So the Giants, and specifically Rafael Devers, because this is ugly. Um, so my question to you, Nick, and chat is: if you're Buster Posey or Vitello, what would you do? What would you do to turn this around?
Well, I would make one more splash hit, and that's me throwing Devers into McCovey Cove. Um,
Yes.
but I already said what I would do. I'd tear it down. I mean, I know we kind of broke it down not even that long ago. We don't have to spend that much time on this again. But for me, I need to find a way to tear this down and see if there's a team that will take these contracts. Probably not, but God dang, man, it's bad. You're never gonna compete. You are not gonna compete with the Dodgers and the NL. You're probably not even gonna compete in the NL, period. There's too
Yep.
many good teams there. It's time to hit the reset. Yeah, and Jason is doing that Stone Cold Stunner from Clark. That's the starting point. I
But
I think you give the whole team the stunner, but don't just stop at Devers.
I say I just work your way around the field. I mean, maybe except Luis Ariz, he's the only guy hitting. But
No, it,
well,
it's
so
time to reset, tear it
I
down.
mean, so tearing it down is not an option because you can't trade those contracts. Then what?
I still try till some sucker takes them. I mean, I don't know. What else do? You bring up Bryce Eldridge. If that doesn't work, now what? You've brought your farm up with Susac. You've brought it up with Eldridge. You got nothing else down there because you traded your big guy away to the Red Sox for Devers. What do you do? I don't know where you just got to play it out. That's it.
I mean, I think you got to play it out, but I think if you're this organization, you need to consider making and dropping Rafi Devers to like 8th in the lineup and leave him there. I think you take guys like Adames and Chapman and Harrison Bader. Although I think Bader hurt right now? He must be, right?
No idea. I
But
haven't tuned into a
I think
Giants game in a while.
well, I've stopped watching them weeks ago. Um, but if you're talking about Devers and Adames and Chapman, I think as an organization, make a bold statement. You drop those guys in the lineup. Let them hit 7, 8, 9, and make them earn their way back up that order. You can't trade these guys. It's 1,000,000% impossible unless you're going to pay the whole contract. So you might as well just DFA him and wish him well. So you're on the hook for all the money. So at this point, make a bold statement and shove these guys to the bottom of the lineup and say, look, you'll come back up when you prove you can hit at that level, but you're not. So you can go hang out at the bottom. And try some other people in those spots. We keep penciling in Devers and those guys at the top of the order. Stop. There was a day when you earned those spots. You weren't just given those spots.
Is Vitello going to do that as a new manager trying to figure it out in the MLB?
If he has Posey's support, yes. If he's got the front office's support to make that move when he sits down with these guys and explains what he's doing, and honestly, like if you're Vitello, piss them off, make them mad, make these guys come to the ballpark and shove it down your throat every night that you did this. I think when you look at the Giants play, I think you got two things. I think one, you got a brand new manager who's settling in, and I think these guys are. I mean, let's be honest. Let's talk about Devers for a minute. Devers is out of shape. He is huffing and puffing running the first base. He is out of shape. He is fat and flabby and out of shape. Has been for 2.5 years. This guy does not care. The only thing that's going to get his attention is if you publicly embarrass this man. And you could do that by shoving him down the order, making him earn his way back. But there was a day, Bobby Cox would have done that. He would have told this guy to earn his way back up the order and shoved him to the 9 hole and said, good luck.
Yeah, but I don't think these guys would react to that the way you think they would. I think these guys would curl up into a corner and just be fine with, I'm making my money. I don't care at this point anymore.
That's what they're doing now, though.
I know, but I think it would get worse, which is what I'm saying. I don't think that would give these guys a kick in the butt to turn it around. I think they would curl up and shrivel up even more if you did that to them. Because I think they have fragile egos. We saw what happened with Devers in Boston, right? He's like, oh, you want to move me to a different position? I don't want to do that. And he was like kicking and screaming his way out of Boston. So I think if you shove him down in the order, you lose all production out of him. He's really not going to care. And I
But
think that's kind of the mentality there at the moment.
so you can do nothing and pretend like there's not a problem and let these guys just continue to suck, or you can actually see if they've got any cojones and shove them down the lineup and see if they respond. And if they do crater, like you said, you're in the same spot. They're just pissed off. I mean, honestly, if I'm Vitello and Posey, I'm going to push these guys to quit. Like, how do I get you to quit? How do I get you to throw the white flag in and say, I don't want to do this anymore? Like, how do I make your life so damn miserable that you don't want to come to the ballpark anymore? Because then I've got an out. But if I don't do that, I'm stuck with this guy for another 8 years at 30-something million bucks a year, and I can't get any production out of him. Like, I feel like these guys are living in a country club atmosphere with a new guy who's learning his way around, when in reality what they need is somebody to wake them up or prove that they're soft. And now you make them really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like Tony Vitello with the mic. What happened today? Our middle of the order production sucks. These guys can't hit. Say that one time and see what happens. We need our 3 spot to hit. We're getting no production from that guy. Like, if you don't start needling these guys, and maybe they do crater, in which case you're in the same spot, who cares? But if you don't really get these guys pissed off and get their attention, you're going to lose the whole rest of that clubhouse too. Like, at some point, you've got to pick the biggest guy in the room and go punch him in the face and make your point and make your point. But Vitello, he's like a statue in the dugout right now. He's afraid to tell these guys they suck. He's afraid to get them fired up. So it's like, what are we doing? It's like he's running a daycare center right now, just massaging egos. He needs to go piss somebody off and get everybody's attention. You need to shake that clubhouse up. You need to get everybody so goddamn mad that they want to go on the field and just kill somebody. But like, there's no life there. There's none at all.
No. So Jason brings it up. Is Vitello over his head?
100%. And he will be for probably 2 or 3 years. But that's where the front office has got to step in and say, look, Tony, we got your back. Ruffle some feathers. Piss somebody off. Yeah. Make a statement to the media that has an agent blowing up my phone looking for a trade. Do it. Like, go do it. Like, prove to everybody that you are the guy that runs the show.
No, I mean, like, I agree that something needs to be lit, right? A fire needs to be lit somehow, some way. I look at this team from the outside looking in, obviously, right? Yeah. And I don't see that there's even a wick to be lit. Like, I don't think they have anything to light on fire, is where I'm coming from. And sure,
and maybe you don't.
Yeah, and like you said, like, drop them down. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, whatever. But as crazy as this might sound, I'd rather have a unsuccessful clubhouse or unsuccessful team that's happy in the clubhouse versus an unsuccessful team that is unhappy in the clubhouse, because I have torn everything apart and tried to repiece it. Now, do you get to a point where you're trying everything and you do that? Maybe, but I think it's hard for a first year professional guy, like, no minor league experience, no 0 major league, right, to come in and do that. This is not the right guy for this team at this moment.
No, they've set him up to fail.
Yeah, badly.
And I think as good as Buster Posey has been in some areas, Buster Posey's made a really big mess here. That is the result of a young, inexperienced front office guy. Great baseball guy, but he's read everything wrong. He's made the wrong moves for the wrong people and put this team in a terrible spot.
Yeah.
Because, Rafael Devers ain't getting traded. Adames ain't getting traded. Chapman ain't getting traded unless you're going to eat all the money, in which case you might as well just piss these guys off and release them. But if you don't give Vitello, what's the right way to say this? If you don't give Vitello a window to basically puff his chest out and tell these guys who's boss, he'll never win the clubhouse ever. He'll lose these guys forever. it goes back to like, if you want to make a statement, you go find the biggest guy in the room, punch him in the face. If you want to make a statement that you're the guy in charge and your guys aren't going to tolerate this kind of half-assed baseball, you grab a guy like Rafael Devers, you sit him down and say, dude, you suck. You're going to start hitting 9. You're going to earn your way back up. Call your agent, demand a trade. Don't care. You're in the lineup tomorrow batting 9th. And see what happens. Like if nothing else, pull a pin on the grenade and throw it and just see what the hell happens. Like, you got nothing to lose at this point.
Right.
Except you're going to ruin Vitello forever if you don't let this guy actually like take that stance. Because right now he looks scared. Like, he looks scared in the dugout to confront anybody.
Yeah. I was going to say, even if he wants that opportunity, he might not even want that opportunity.
Maybe he doesn't.
But Chad, this is a good point too. Didn't Washington fire Davey Martinez last year for criticizing players? I know it's different, but maybe Vitello doesn't feel he has the support of the front office to do the call out of the team. He's never been a quiet guy at all. So I don't know. Curtis says there are pieces there. They are not the worst team. It's an unfocused front office, inexperienced manager, and older players with declining skills. So Is it also Buster Posey's inexperience?
Oh, it's 1,000% Buster Posey's inexperience. Buster's made this mess. He's got to be the guy that steps in and gives Vitello the backing to try to fix it, at least at the clubhouse level. Everything I've read, Vitello is a great guy. The players like him. He's a smart baseball guy, but he's got no control of that team. Because, and I want to say, Jason just said it. Like, the players don't give a crap what he did at Tennessee.
Yeah, sorry.
Like,
yeah, keep going.
The players don't give a crap what he did at Tennessee. Like, he has to earn some credibility. And again, like, how do you earn credibility as a brand new guy with a team that's struggling? Like, you've got to rally the troops. You got to do something that brings them back. And sometimes that means you got to go piss somebody off.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember Frank Coney used to get guys all friggin' wound up. He would send messages through the media to guys to get them all pissed off and back out there. But like, that's when you learn what this team is made out of.
Yeah.
And maybe Devers is a bad example because we know he's soft. Like, we know that he's very fragile. Maybe you go get Matt Chapman, who's proven to be a tough guy, and make him the example. But at this point, I think Vitello's going to lose this whole team if they just continue to close their eyes, pretend like they don't see what they're seeing. Like, you have to do something. You can't trade these guys. Tearing this down is not an option because nobody's taking these contracts.
Yeah.
So you got to find a way to take the mess that you've got and make some kind of a meal out of it.
Mm-hmm. Curtis, I agree with this. Vitello would have been better with a team like the Marlins, right? A team that is young, up and coming. They could grow together. I absolutely agree with that. You can't really kind of throw Vitello into a veteran team. It's like you said, the credibility is the issue. So,
well, and we said it when they signed him. I mean, my first comment was, why? This is something a small team does. This is not something or a small market team does. This is not something a experienced roster in a big market does.
Right. Jason says Vitello could create a cardboard cutout of Posey, and every time they win, they strip off a piece of his clothing.
I mean, which that might work. But if I'm Buster Posey, like, I might be down in that clubhouse more often because he should be feeling the heat.
Yeah.
Because this is a mess he created.
Somebody give Harrison a Devers jersey for his birthday. Do it.
I think I loved Rafi Devers when he was here. He's soft but again, like, Alex Cora let him get away with it. Rafi Devers is the player he is today because he hasn't had a manager that told him to cut the crap. Like, that's the issue. This guy has been babied and coddled since he was in the minor leagues. And he doesn't know how to be a grown man because nobody's shown him how to do it. And now he's struggling and everybody wants to hold him with kid gloves. Like, somebody needs to just go sit him down and say, dude, you suck. You're going to bat 9th. Figure it out. Like, you're a professional. You're making 30-something million bucks a year. Act like you care.
Yeah.
Like, go be a man and figure this out.
I don't disagree.
Nobody's ever told him that.
No. And I don't think anybody will, to be honest.
But I think what's going to end up happening is this is going to be an utter train wreck. Vitello's going to get fired. Buster Posey is going to get fired because nobody will just do what has to get done. It's the same reason the Padres can't keep a manager. And that's why Stamen's in there, because he'll basically do what Preller tells him to.
Right.
Because I think that Preller has sent Stamen into the clubhouse to basically be his mouthpiece to get these guys to start working together, which maybe that is working. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're playing really well.
They are.
But like this is gonna become a unrepairable train wreck.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah.
All right. So anyway, moving on. The Giants have made a mess of this, and at some point they're just all going to get fired for it. But
Agree.
but Devers and
Right, but the
Adames and
players.
Chapman will still be there.